In New York City, there are shady, unethical lawyers who use people called runners in illegal and unethical practices. And if you get mixed up with these kinds of lawyers and their agents, it could ruin your entire case. What often happens in New York City is someone gets hurt in an accident, whether they're a pedestrian or on a bicycle or in a car. They end up in the emergency room with injuries, and then they get solicited in an illegal way through the use of these runners by unscrupulous lawyers. And if you unwittingly get mixed up with lawyers like this, it could ruin your entire case. And if you're legitimately injured and you've become, say, disabled because of your injuries, this association with these unethical lawyers could impact your entire life. Runners are generally working for shady, unethical lawyers or people associated with them. And what they will do is approach accident victims after an accident, or they will, through some illegal practice, get information from a hospital or a clinic about the person's information, their contact information, and call them after they've been released from the hospital or released from a medical clinic after an accident, and tell them they need to see a lawyer, and basically direct them to these shady, unethical lawyers. If you get mixed up with a lawyer like that, a lawyer engaged in running or some other similar unethical practice, that can taint your case forever, because your case will be associated with that lawyer and it'll be looked at through that lens. You only get one chance when you get injured to hire a good lawyer who handles the case correctly. If you're with the wrong lawyer for a period of time, say 6 months or a year with the wrong lawyer, critical things that need to get done during that period may not get done, and some other things may get done incorrectly. It's very hard to fix those things, even in the hands of a great lawyer later. It's very hard to fix those things going forward. If you're badly hurt in an accident and you can't work, you can't provide for your family, you need the right lawyer in place from the outset, who's gathering the right evidence, doing the proper investigations right from the beginning. Because if you can't work, it's not just about your injury and your pain and suffering, it's about your medical bills and your lost wages. And we have lots of clients who are out of work for long periods of time. And in cases like that, if the clients end up with the wrong lawyers who are not doing the job right, those losses, medical bills, lost wages, are not accounted for. And a client can find themselves in a terrible situation where they're not able to work, they can't pay their bills, but the lawyer hasn't set things up correctly. And there's no substitute for the lost wages. There's no one paying the medical bills. And very quickly the person can spiral into a terrible economic situation where they can't pay their rent, they can't provide for their families, and there's no recourse. Going with a lawyer like that is bad news. A much better practice is to find a lawyer that you can trust through a personal recommendation from someone you know and trust, or doing your own research, finding a lawyer with a reputation and the experience in the community to get the job done right.